invisible song playing in my head. Oh, I just started dancing.
Those happy vibes.
Yeah.
I know, right? Hey mamas, we are back for part 3. So glad you're here to join us again.
Yes, we are happy that you guys have stuck with us through this 3-part series. If you have missed part 1 and 2, it will be on our YouTube channel
At Me and Ma's Experiences.
Yes, so
Check it out.
yeah. So I have an old friend, and he's a guy. And I have grown to love him, and we spend a lot of time together. And he has also helped me through 2020 because he has so much knowledge and wisdom, and he has uncertainties just like us, but he looks at them in a totally different way.
What are some of the things that he has done that have helped you walk through this 2020 year?
He causes me to pause. Whenever we are together, I don't know what we're doing for that day. Let's talk about uncertainty, okay?
So you don't plan your day.
We do not plan our day. First of all, he doesn't wake up past 12 p.m. Okay?
What a life.
Yeah. I can send him a text in the morning, hey, I'll, be at your house at this time. Sometimes I get there and he's still sleeping. And, I don't wake him. I just chill until he wakes up, because guess what? That is his life of luxury that he has earned. If you want to sleep until 2 o'clock,
Go for it.
That has taught me to use my time wisely. Because he's using his wisely, honey. He's getting him some sleep, okay? And I've learned that, hey, if I wake up that day and I'm super tired and I want to sleep, I'm going to try to sleep, because
Your body is telling you that's what you need to do.
yep, he loves to be outside. So we'll go sit somewhere and eat some lunch. There was one day when I had told him, because it was getting to the point where I was with him till like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, and then I'm rushing home to be with my family or cook dinner. So I said, well, let me set a schedule. I'm gonna leave you by 4:30, between 4:30 and 5 o'clock, so that I can get home when normal people get home after work. And he's like, that's fine with me. I know you got a family. It hasn't happened yet. And it's not a bad thing. So one day we were leaving from the fresh fish market, and I was driving him back home, and we saw a lighthouse in St. Augustine. And I was like, oh my goodness, I've never seen a lighthouse in person. I've always seen it on a movie or in a book. So he says, well, let's go find it. Because we could see the lighthouse, but there was no straight path on how to get there. But we found the lighthouse, okay?
Wow.
And then we learned that it's a whole museum. So now we're going to go back to the Lighthouse Museum one day. But then we also found a pier. And we were on the pier, and we were just watching. There are people out there paddleboarding and swimming, and we saw 4 dolphins.
That would have made my day.
It made my day. The
Oh
water
my
was
goodness.
calm, and it made me realize that time is important, but it should not be everything.
The moment.
Right, the
You have to
moment
be
is
in the
more
moment. Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
And I shared with him at that moment. I said, I'm so grateful for you, because you have allowed me to say, I don't have to be on a rush. I don't have to be on go. Sometimes I can just stop, find the lighthouse, find the pier, and enjoy the dolphins. Because had I been on my way home, guess what? I just would have been in traffic until I got home. I dodged all the traffic by enjoying the dolphins.
But that would have made my day to see those dolphins. Oh my gosh.
It did. It actually made my week, because I just kept thinking about how I was so free in that moment. You know, it didn't. And another thing is, you know, life has a way of giving you confirmations. When I got home, the kids had a bath and they had already eaten. And that was just life showing me that it's okay that you're not rushing home to be mommy. You know, take a moment for yourself because it'll get done. Even if it's getting done an hour later than you wanted it to, it didn't cause any chaos. It didn't cause any mishaps. It still was done.
I think that's some of the hardest things for us as women to do is just be in the moment.
Yeah.
And if 2020 hasn't taught me anything, that is the one lesson that I am so grateful for, and that's just being in the moment. I started meditating every day at 7 p.m. and I'm like, what in the world would I have chosen? Any sane person would choose 7 p.m. in the evening to meditate. But that's the time that I had to force myself to step away from it all and not feel the need to control dinner time and everything else that was going on. And now that I've learned how to do that, it's become a part of me. It's become easy.
It's still shocking for me to like call you on FaceTime at 9 o'clock and you're sitting at the counter eating because before
I would have to eat before.
I don't eat after 8 o'clock. And I'm like, why not? What's the difference? It's the balance.
Yeah, you know what I've noticed?
But you let go of the time.
I let go of the time. Look at all of this. I mean, I will come out here and just let the sun bask in my face for a few moments, and that's a part of my grounding. You know, feel the wind against my skin, things like that. Those are the things that help me stay in the moment. My blood pressure is normal. My blood pressure has not been normal for 9-10 years. Yeah, a lot of times all of the medical issues that you may have
From stress.
are from stress. And like we were talking about, when you're holding on to something so tight, you're really not breathing properly. You're causing your body so much stress. Just practice doing this. Let it go. Let it go. Because these smiles are real. This smile comes from here. Because this right here is in a whole different place. You know what I mean? This is in like a whole different place right now. And people have said to me, you lost weight? Yeah, I did. Okay,
you look younger.
You look younger. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, did I look old? I looked at old pictures of myself and I can see in my eyes that I just wasn't happy. I was not in a good place.
You know how when a woman is pregnant and people see like that glow, it's not necessarily a glow. They're doing a good work, right? So they're making a whole human, and we can see that good work on them. So when we do a good work within ourselves, you know, when we look in the mirror and change all those things that are nasty, or we change our habits that are not allowing us to treat our bodies as a temple.
They don't serve us.
It shows, you know, and don't be envious of other people's happiness, because you too can have that.
Yeah.
You have to just do your own self-work and be ready for the hard reflection that you may see and decide to work on it.
How to make better choices for yourself. When you make better choices for yourself, it overflows. That cup overflows to your family, your friends, your businesses, your finances. All of that stuff just overflows to all the goodness in your life. And if the more you better yourself, emptying out all that stuff, you're making room for the good stuff. You know, and I can only tell you what I know for sure. It works. This is what I know for sure. It definitely works.
It does. You're lighter.
Yeah.
You're happier.
Yeah.
you're more giving.
Yeah, stuff just rolls off.
Yeah.
It just like kind of rolls on off.
And the more you give out, the more you receive. That's just how it works. There's no trick behind it.
Yeah.
If you're letting stuff go, things have to come back. That's just how it goes.
Yeah. And letting things go, allowing things to come back for me is not being able to control how someone else responds to, or how someone else feels about you and what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. But
Because
that takes a
everybody's
lot.
not going to understand
Mm-hmm.
the life changes that you're making, and that may cause an issue with you, especially if it's close people.
But before you even get to that part of not caring about other people's opinions on your change, you first have to do some self-reflection and know that you are worthy of that change.
Absolutely.
No matter who disagrees with it, no matter who tries to still slander you because of your self-change, you have to first know that you're worthy of that change. Once you know you're worthy of that change, all of the extra talking won't even matter, because you can constantly tell yourself, I'm worth being happy. I'm worth feeling light. I'm worth being a giver and a receiver.
The self-worth thing is very important, knowing your self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times what I've learned is when you are worrying about what other people are saying, you haven't heard them say it, but you're just like, I know that they're probably saying this. I know. You have to do a heart check as well, because that's a part of you that hasn't come to terms with the change.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the self-doubt as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when you fully embrace the good choices that you're making about your life, when you fully embrace it and get an understanding, and everything that you do, get an understanding. Watch social media for countless hours. We can watch television shows. We can read books on how to change, and even apply some of those things. But until you get an understanding of the why behind you applying these things, not how it affected that person that you're watching, but how it affects you, that's when all the noise doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where I had to get to.
Are you happy?
I'm free.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm free. And it's a great feeling to just be free to be. Not free to be mom, not free to be wife, not free to be sister. I'm free to be whoever the hell I am. That's it. And it feels good.
I'm pretty sure. That's like you have people who have been holding in their sexuality, but as soon as they let it out, it's like, such a happy person now because now I'm free.
Yeah.
Or somebody who has been holding in the fact that, I like to drink. And then they get around people that's like, you want a glass of wine? Oh, you're not going to judge me for having this glass of wine? You're free.
That's how I felt about smoking. When we did our first episode about the smoking, I contemplated so much about releasing that. I'm like, wait a minute. I had to keep doing some checks. Like, why am I worried about that? Is it something that helps you? Is it something that you enjoy? Hell yeah. So why are you worried about what other people... So that's how I could say you have to figure out, okay, all that stuff, because people are going to say stuff regardless, but what part of that is you still battling within yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And once I got over that, I'm like,
bye-bye. Because guess what? Half the people, most of the people that have something to say, they don't have to wake up with you. They don't have to go to bed with you. They don't have to deal with you on a personal level.
No.
They don't have to deal with you when you are unhappy versus when you are happy. And
they're not in the arena with me. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have a say-so.
no.
You're not in this boxing ring with me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a say-so. That's another thought,
No. This is not a self-help episode on something that we haven't tried.
This is just a share.
Yeah, it is.
And
because this is what worked for us.
Absolutely.
And you guys, like we can't wait to share with you all, you know, from the beginning of 2020 till now. You know, we have experienced tragedy, we have experienced loss, but we have gained so much more in all of that just by choosing to be happy.
Choosing to see the better part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us again. It has been great.
It's an invisible song playing in my head. Oh, I just started dancing.
Those happy vibes.
Yeah.
I know, right?
You're dancing too. I don't know.
Girl, she crazy.
Good.
No, she ain't crazy.
It's good. It's good. I was just like, bye, but it was like, no, hold on. Hold on. This is a bop right here. You can't hear it. That's what you want to get to. You want to get to this silent bop. It's a bop right here, okay?